Civics is like the instruction manual for being a good citizen. Just as learning the rules of a game helps you play well, understanding civics helps you be a responsible member of your community and country. Rights and responsibilities. Citizenship comes with both rights and responsibilities. Rights are the freedoms and privileges you have as a member of a community or country. For example, the right to speak freely or the right to practice your religion. Responsibilities are the duties and obligations you have as a citizen. These include obeying laws, paying taxes, and serving on juries. Active participation. Being a good citizen means being actively involved in your community and country. This can take many forms, such as voting in elections, volunteering to help others, or participating in community cleanup events. When citizens are actively engaged, they help make their communities stronger and more vibrant. In a diverse society like ours, it's important to respect and appreciate people from different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs. Being a good citizen means treating everyone with kindness and fairness, regardless of their differences. A key part of being an engaged citizen is staying informed about what's happening in your community, country, and the world. This means reading the news, asking questions, and learning about important issues that affect you and your fellow citizens. Citizenship isn't just about following the rules, it's also about working to make your community and country a better place. This can involve advocating for social justice, speaking out against injustice, and working to solve problems that affect your community. Understanding civics empowers you to take an active role in shaping the world around you. When you know your rights and responsibilities as a citizen, you can make informed decisions and advocate for what you believe in. Civics education helps build stronger, more resilient communities by fostering a sense of shared responsibility and civic pride. When citizens are engaged and involved, they can work together to address challenges and create positive change. In a democracy, citizens are the ultimate source of power. Civics education helps ensure that citizens have the knowledge and skills they need to participate effectively in the democratic process, safeguarding the principles of freedom, equality, and justice for all. Governments around the world come in various forms, each with its own structure, rules, and methods of decision making. Understanding the different types of government helps us appreciate the diversity of political systems and how they shape the lives of people in different countries. In a dictatorship, one person or a small group holds all the power. This leader, often called a dictator, has complete control over the government and the lives of the people. Dictatorships are characterized by authoritarian rule, where individual freedoms and civil liberties are often restricted. Decisions are made without input from the general population, and dissent is typically not tolerated. Examples of dictatorships in history include Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler and the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin. Democracy is a form of government in which power is vested in the people who rule either directly or through elected representatives. In a democracy, citizens have the right to participate in the decision-making process and hold their leaders accountable through free and fair elections. There are two main types of democracy. In a direct democracy, citizens participate directly in making decisions. This can take place through town hall meetings, referendums, or other forms of direct voting. Direct democracies are often practical in small communities, where everyone can gather to discuss and vote on issues. In a representative democracy, citizens elect representatives to make decisions on their behalf. These representatives, such as members of parliament or Congress, are responsible for crafting laws, representing the interests of their constituents, and overseeing the functioning of government. Representative democracies are more common in large, complex societies where direct participation by all citizens is impractical. Beyond dictatorship and democracy, there are other forms of government that can take on various characteristics. Some examples include monarchy. In a monarchy, power is vested in a single individual, usually a king or queen, who inherits their position based on family lineage. Monarchies can be absolute, where the monarch has complete authority, or constitutional, where their powers are limited by a constitution or other laws. Oligarchy. An oligarchy is a form of government in which power is concentrated in the hands of a small, privileged group or elite class. Oligarchies can arise based on wealth, social status, or other criteria, and decision making is typically controlled by this small group to the exclusion of the broader population. Theocracy. In a theocracy, religious leaders or institutions hold political power, and government policies are based on religious doctrine or principles. Theocratic governments can vary widely in their level of influence and control over society, from relatively moderate to highly authoritarian regimes. In a democracy, the government is composed of regular citizens who are chosen to represent the interests and needs of the broader population. These representatives are elected through free and fair elections, where citizens have the opportunity to vote for the candidates they believe will best serve their communities and country. By participating in the electoral process, citizens play an active role in shaping the composition and priorities of their government. Democracy is not just about choosing leaders through elections. It's also about active citizen participation in the decision-making process. In a democracy, citizens have the right to express their opinions, advocate for their interests, and hold their elected officials accountable. This can take various forms, including attending town hall meetings, participating in protests or demonstrations, writing letters to representatives, or engaging in grassroots activism. By exercising their rights to free speech, assembly, and petition, citizens help ensure that their voices are heard and that government policies reflect the will of the people. The ultimate purpose of democracy is to serve the needs and interests of the people. This means that government policies and decisions should be guided by the common good and aimed at improving the well-being of all citizens, not just a privileged few. In a democratic society, governments work to address pressing issues such as healthcare, education, infrastructure, environmental protection, and social justice. They do this through processes like crafting laws, allocating resources, and implementing public policies that promote equality, justice, and prosperity for all members of society. Democracy is more than just a system of government. It's a way of life that values freedom, equality, and human dignity. Here are some reasons why democracy is important. Protecting individual rights. Democracy protects the fundamental rights and freedoms of individuals, such as the right to vote, freedom of speech, and due process of law. By ensuring that all citizens have a voice in the decision-making process, democracy helps safeguard these rights against abuse and oppression. Promoting accountability and transparency. In a democracy, government officials are accountable to the people they serve. Through regular elections, public scrutiny, and mechanisms of checks and balances, citizens can hold their leaders accountable for their actions and decisions. Transparency in government operations helps prevent corruption and ensures that decisions are made in the public interest. Fostering social cohesion and inclusivity. Democracy promotes inclusivity and social cohesion by giving all citizens an equal voice in the political process, regardless of their background, beliefs, or socioeconomic status. By encouraging dialogue, compromise, and respect for diverse perspectives, democracy helps build stronger, more resilient communities and societies, encouraging innovation and progress. Democracy fosters an environment of innovation and progress by allowing for open debate, experimentation, and the exchange of ideas. By encouraging creativity and critical thinking, democracy empowers citizens to address complex challenges and pursue solutions that benefit society as a whole.